Lee should have been here for this one. All right, y'all, this is our take. This is Mark the moderator.
Thanks.com. The game is the game, always.
Maybe the process. Corner of Bergen.
All right, y'all. So listen, let's have a conversation about two players that I'm going to ask the question. Do you feel that they're misunderstood? The two players is Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Do you think they're misunderstood? Banks is shaking his head with a smile. So Banks and Avery dropped his head. So I'm definitely going to say, Banks, you're going to start us off. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I don't think they're misunderstood. I think Kevin Durant is brilliant at basketball, and I just think he's a bit more sensitive than other people, man. So I don't necessarily think he's misunderstood. Kyrie's a different cat, but he's growing on me. He's growing on me. I used to think, he was into some weird stuff, but I'm not sure if I posted it on our page. But something that he just said is like, I'm just here to be me, man. I'm here to be me, and I don't really care if you understand or accept it, And people really want to put you in this box of one thing when they can't understand you, or I'm guilty of it as well. That Kyrie's a brilliant basketball player, so you just look at that and you're like, yo, that's all you're supposed to do, G. When that's not anybody's walk of life. We have opinions about political stuff. We have different interests. Maybe Kyrie doesn't love basketball the way we love watching Kyrie play basketball. He's just really good at it. And I think they all misunderstood in a sense, but I just think, we put people in a box of what we want them to be. So it's easy to say somebody to be like, yo, this cat is weird because we don't understand what they're about.
All right. Nice summary. All right, Avery.
I don't think they misunderstood on my end because I ain't trying to understand them. Like I don't like personally, and this is not to say anybody on here does or whatever. I don't really like. I'm not following guys on social media to see what their day in and day out life is. You know what I'm saying? I watch b-boy as entertainment. That's what it is for me. I'm not really caught up in what they're doing on the daily. If they're if something's happening with their family. I do know, though, however, that I agree with you on that front, Banks. They're human beings. You know what I'm saying? They're regular people. It's just that they have an infinite talent that you and I may not have. But as far as them being misunderstood, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Do I think that based off of what the media might show us that some things Kyrie does is weird? Yeah. Do I think, in my opinion, somebody like Kevin Durant peruses social media too much for a star? Yeah, I think he does. I think he invests way too much time into what people think he can't think about him. But that's me. But like just going back to the point, they are human. So I get why they think like that. But listen, I'm watching you play ball, man. I really don't care about if you're sensitive because somebody said something. I don't care if you burn stage. I don't care about all that. Yeah, I can have my opinion about Kyrie missing games. Do I like the fact that, stars get preferential treatment? Not really, but that's what it is. That's what they do. So I don't think they misunderstood. It's more so I don't really care.
Avery, real quick to that point, can I just say this, man? That's life, man. Stars get preferential treatment anywhere. Right. If you are supremely talented at your job, and you are bringing in revenue or whatever it is to the company, you're going to get a little bit more leeway than the guy that's just, barely showing up on time and stuff like that. That's life, bro. That's not just about NBA basketball.
I agree with that.
Yo, viewers and listeners, this is a topic that we wish we had Leaf on because I know the protection agency that Leaf owns would definitely be sitting here going a whole different way. But what I'm going to say is this. I'm going to say that they're not so much misunderstood. It's the fact that the light is on them. And welcome to New York. We knew when they signed here that this is the place where scrutiny raises and scrutiny is going to hit you. You give this media world here something to talk about or troll you about, is going to happen. And that's what's going on right now. They are both under magnifying glasses, and everything they do is front page news and talked about. And Kyrie is giving them all of the fuel to do it, and Kevin Durant is giving them all they want being that they are here. We've never been so entrenched in these two players' lives like we are right now. And I'm not talking about us as individuals, AB. What I'm talking
Right.
about is the media capital is really focusing on every time Kyrie does something. If you listen to Stephen A. Smith, every time Kyrie does something, he gets at Kyrie. Kevin Durant, Shannon Sharp, and Kevin and KD was going at it there today. Last week, man, it was Michael Rappaport. Previously, man, it was another person. Yo, when you are here, this is where you're going to get scrutinized the most. Welcome to New York. And people can't understand them because they've been so far removed from the media unless something major happened. But now every little incident is something. Go ahead, Banks.
And some of the things that people accuse Kyrie of being weird about, burning sage, it's a little weird to do it in Boston Garden, yeah. But if you grew up in a black home, you grew up in a Caribbean community like I have, I'm not sure about so much about the African American community. Sage, people burn sage all the time. When you're trying to clear out, you know, and not necessarily evil spirit, but you just want to clear out bad juju out of a space. So now if you're white and you've never seen this, it's like, oh, this is some witchcraft this dude is doing. They try to ramp everything up as some sort of big incident. And the other side of the KD thing for me is this. Yes, KD is wild for responding to these people. But do we ever scrutinize what kind of person goes on Twitter, social media in general, and antagonizes these people? Like Avery says, Mark, I'm not talking about regularly criticizing their game or something. I'm not talking about that KD, you suck or something like that. But some of these trolls be going way above and beyond that. Be talking about people's kids, their families, their wives and stuff like that, because they're looking for that response. KD's wrong for giving it to them. But it makes some of these people's day to antagonize a KD. And it's like, yo, KD responded to you. You know what I'm saying?
I Banks, at the same token, when you say that, I just want to throw this out there, and I want to make note of it. You know, there's other people that are on social media that doesn't do what KD does. LeBron, who is the face of the league, you don't see him doing this. You see other athletes, you don't see them doing this. You don't see them getting into it with the fans. You know, everybody is not as sensitive as KD because, you know, social media, people's going to come at you without a doubt. You are a 12-year vet. If you don't know by this time what you're doing, there's other players that you don't see them going through what this kid is going through. Just keep that in mind when you make that statement.
Oh, no. I completely agree with you, Mark. I that's the first thing I said. KD's wrong for even giving them the energy because that's what they're looking for.
Right.
But I'm just attacking the other side of it. Where I'm saying is, what kind of person goes on social media and says, that'll talk about LeBron's kids or KD's kids or his mother or his brother. He's not right for doing that.
Banks,
he's not right.
Probably do it. It's the responding part that you have to get away from.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is these people are nuts on the other side as well.
But Banks,
we are all fans of the game. We all have opinions about plays and stuff like that. And it's one thing to criticize somebody's game. Absolutely. That's fair game.
But Banks, I want you to think about something. Somebody made a rumor that LeBron James' mom was sleeping with a player, and LeBron never he never responded to it. Imagine what he had to deal with on his phone. Imagine what his family had to deal with on their phones, and he never said a word. So
I get it.
So I say that because Kevin Durant got to be bigger than those people getting at him. At the end of the day,
agree.
At the end of the day, we can look at the other side, but guess what? They got nothing to lose. Because if every time KD responds, they win. you actually giving them likes and tweets and different things like that.
I'm completely agreeing with you. We're in a very small, like we're in the public sphere a little bit. But if somebody came out here and had my daughter's name, on here and is talking crazy about sleeping with my daughter or something, I'm not even going to respond because if you do that, I already think you're nuts. But there's part of me that's like, yo, bro, are you that crazy that you would really go find out my
But you know something? That's at the end of the day, right now, even with what KD's doing, we look at it, we make note of it or whatever. It's a non-issue right now. Even KD responding technically is a non-issue. You know why? Because they're winning. Now, when they start losing, if the Nets start losing, wait, that's gonna be now, are the Nets distracted? Is KD worried about what's going on social media as opposed to what's going on in the court? It's the same thing with Kyrie that I say, and I know that's why I wish Leaf was here, because Leaf got at me saying, "Oh, you ain't saying nothing about Kyrie now. They're winning." Of course, nobody's gonna say anything about Kyrie, but the fact of the matter is, if you just on the outside looking in, on surface level stuff, to me, what KD does on social media is weird. To me, what Kyrie does with the missing games, multiple games. We ain't talking about take a couple days off, just going MIA. We got personal reason. It's weird, but I don't read into that because I don't care about his personal life. But when they start losing, it's gonna become a story.
Especially here. Especially here. It's going to be a story. But the other piece of it is this here. You're in the public eye. At the end of the day, you are definite bait for people to come at you. 100%. You got to know that. You got to know it. So when you respond, it's what you're doing to put yourself. That's why I always say we got to hold the athlete to a higher standard, because you got more to lose. And if you think about something, just a couple of months ago, there's a couple of athletes that came out and said that their family got death threats. I can't remember the incidents, but on Twitter, somebody was putting out death threats. I think it was a football game. I think it was the college kid that for
in the NCAA.
OSU, that what's the name, lost a championship game that right, they was threatening his family. Again, the public, you have crazies out there. That's what you have. And if you're on social media, and just like a lot of people say, I wouldn't be on social media. Because if you're not expecting people to get at you, then you're crazy. Then why be on social media?
Because, and that's why I said is, that's where we get the whole KD sensitive thing. That's where we get the whole Kyrie's a weirdo thing. Even the other night where he got ejected because he said Schroeder called him the N-word.
Which we're gonna talk about.
All right, so I'll leave that one alone, right?
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, is that in a 4-point game? Did he make a statement because he wasn't putting up with it, or did he put himself first? To sacrifice the team. I'm kind of,
Let's have that conversation. Let's have that conversation. We're gonna come back because that's an interesting conversation. But on this topic, KD and Kyrie should be expecting what they're getting back, especially as much as they're on social media. They put themselves in this spot, and what comes for them is duly noted. All right. Y'all, this is our take, man. Peace out, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. What's your take?
Peace.